Unleashed. I've read and I've heard so much this week, and a whole lot of it has come from the blue side. Has been very, very well informed. I would give a big shout out to Ped from Toffee TV, who had a good rant of his own. I think they were also on Sky on Thursday morning, the two of them. But Ped actually put something on Twitter, and every single word of it was spot on. And if the board were in any way feeling under pressure and they get rid of Rafa, then we've had it. We've totally had it. We've completely lost the club altogether. And I think what Rafa has possibly proven in the past few weeks is the fact that he is unsackable in this situation. The blame lies further up the food chain, and in this case, it lies, I think, directly at the board. And I think the board need to take a good, long, hard look at themselves at Everton and decide, what are they there for? Are they there to bleed money out of the club, or are they there to invest, and are they there to support a manager who's trying to create something that we've not had since Moyes left? So their firing line to protect themselves goes to the director of football, who, to be honest, let's look at the players that are on the pitch. He's the one who's actually recruited these players over a period of time. He took over from a lad called Steve Walsh, who did an equally appalling job with the money. And to be honest, Brands is just like Marcel Brands. Don't really. He's probably just been taking a pay packet every month and just gone, yeah, that's great. Let's go spend some money in this transfer window, and the money's run out. There's no more money. The FIFA fair play. We can't spend money until we sell players, and unfortunately, that's going to impact massively on Benitez. If he wants to improve the team, he's going to have to do something. The biggest turning point of the night against Liverpool was the mistake that Coleman made. Now, no player goes out to do that on purpose, but Seamus Coleman shouldn't be expected to play 2 games inside 5 days at the age at which he's at. No other club would do that. They would take him out the firing line. And actually, to be honest with him, he's an absolutely amazing servant at Everton. So my heart went out to him. We haven't bought a replacement right back for someone who's now, 34, 35, I'm not sure. But there should be that longevity in the thinking. And there isn't. It's all short term at Everton. And I actually fear for us moving forward. I feel that Brands is gone. I think Rafa's actually got a lot more power within the club, which I think he was looking for. I think going back to his Newcastle days, he never sat well when he went to Newcastle and he was working. I think there was a lad who was director of football there, and he soon got rid of him. He doesn't work with the director of football. He wants total control of the club. And I think moving forward, this can only be a good thing for Everton as a team. I still think Rafa shot himself in the foot because he brought players on against Liverpool, and I actually think he should have given Ellis Sims or the lad Dobbin a go. Bring a young lad on, like you guys did in the Champions League. Go and give them a first team run out against Liverpool. You get them beat, but hey, what's the worst that can happen? You might go and score. And he didn't. And I thought, at that point, I actually felt it was internally political. He was bringing players on that obviously Brands had brought to the club, and he'd been told that they need to play before the youngsters. Where we go to tomorrow night against Arsenal, I want to see them youngsters playing. I want to see some of the younger players involved, and I think now it's over to Rafa. But the board still need to be more visible. What was quite appalling was that the Ken Wright side of the board all had an arranged meeting about where do we go next. Yet the owner of the club, Mashiri, was texting Jim White and having his views read on Talk Sport rather than involving the fans. And that's to the bit that Everton's such a fragmented club at the minute. And I think there's still a lot of water to go under the bridge. I'm still in that boat that thinks that actually You know, we've got to work really hard to avoid relegation. You can't rely on Calvert-Lewin coming back to just rescue your season. There's lots that needs doing there, and I think Rafa's the only person that can actually do it now. You know, and that's, you know, I think a lot of fans don't want Rafa there, but actually, to be honest, who's going to come? Who's going to come to this club, and who's going to try and get us anywhere further down the road towards actually being half decent? Because, you know, what we're going to do, I'll tell you what, let's get Koeman back in, because he was a roaring success when he was there. I'll get Allardyce back in. It's not going to happen. So crack on, lads, and let's get Everton sort of sorted out. And it needs to be done, and I think Rafa is the man to do it, and everyone needs to get behind him.